Specifically, yeah, because otherwise you know what universities will do, or universities are required to do. Specifically for JIIT, do you have anything to say?
I think there should be more market exposure. So unless the students go and do the with actual real companies, there must be more internships. There must be more paid internships. तो जब तक actual feel नहीं आएगी, we will just have ideas because students just have ideas. We don't have practical experience. क्योंकि हमारे सर मेरे साथ भी यही हुआ है. डे ड्रीमिंग करके तो आप बिल गेट्स बन सकते हो, बट एक्चुअली अगर प्रॉब्लम्स ही नहीं पता चलेगी तो यू मस्ट गेट रियल एक्सपीरियंस. तो ज़्यादा इंटर्नशिप होनी चाहिए, कंपनीज के साथ प्रोग्राम्स होने चाहिए, प्रोजेक्ट्स हो सकते हैं, बहुत सारी चीज़ें नई. जेपी इनोवेशन सेल अपने नए प्रोडक्ट्स बना सकता है. तो ऐसी चीज़ें आएंगी तो वो रियल हो जाएगा कि कुछ सेल भी हो रहा है. अपना एक यूट्यूब चैनल होना चाहिए, उसमें वो उसके व्यूज़ आएंगे, ये सब चीज़ें.
Just to add to what Sanjay sir said, I think some kind of recognition or not exactly recognition but awareness about the current startups, because we are just 5 of us or 4 of us, but based on my knowledge, I think there are more than 100 plus startups which are founded by alumni from JIIC. So some kind of awareness to the current students that okay, these are the startups and giving them an opportunity to work with us for internships or for any kind of duration, maybe 2 months, 3 months. So we'll be happy to nurture our juniors, guide them in a better manner. Plus they'll also get an opportunity to understand what a startup culture is all about, and that will help them create a startup of their own. Also just kind of recognizing the work from Indian startups, especially from our institute, and trusting them that they can build good products and at least try to see how our university can benefit from the existing solutions that are there by the Indian startups. So that is one solution.
Sir, I'll say one thing very important that people and the students miss out is our case studies of various startups. It's very important for them to know the failures more than success stories, because out of 10 startups, 9 fail. But they have amazing products. It's only one which we hear. If you're able to teach them, even if you have an incubation hub, in that you have various types, sector agnostic startups with their ideas and their skills and also their case studies and how did they go through, what did they actually plan, where was the failure, that would definitely really help them out in terms. Plus the other thing is, college students, there are 2 things which they look at. One is either placements. I'll be very honest and rude, I'm really sorry, but joining college, one thing they look at is the placements they are wanting to get after 4th year. Or might be out of 100, one would say, yeah, I will do some business of my own. Why? And that out of that one, the one child who's doing it, he's just infatuated by the kind of startup, the ecosystem which is there, just for the glamour side of it. Entrepreneurship is not about glamour. It's not that you are CEOs becoming, you're having a name and a card behind that as a CEO or a CEO or whatever. You can have anything as a designation with your own startup. This is not a glamorous position. You have to sacrifice a lot. You really have to sacrifice a lot. Trust me on that. You need to believe in your concept. You need to find that concept. Till the time you don't ingrain yourself with the reality and just don't make this up, one of the problems which entrepreneurs face. 90% of the startups fail after 1 year or 1.5 years max. So that is the thing which I will be focusing on.
Just like to add to what you said before we end this session. I'm sure most of the people who are here must have watched the Shark Tank episode, right? That we say people are getting more glued towards what a startup is, क्योंकि हमने जब start करा था तब तो relative सोचते थे कि कुछ job वॉब लगी नहीं होगी इसलिए time pass करने के लिए startup करेंगे. But now there is more awareness, more support from the ecosystem, more support from the family, because people are seeing successful case studies. However, the world that you're seeing on television, that is, as he said, a glamour world, which is not actually the true story is. There is a lot which is going in the background, which you are actually not seeing it. You have to experience it when you enter into the journey. So funding and everything, there are pros and cons to it. So it's not like कि funding के लिए startup करना है, ये mindset से अगर आप शुरू करेंगे, तो that is the first step to failure. So this has to be very very clear in head, because you read the case study of a company called Zero Dha. That is a completely bootstrapped company till now, founded by Mr. Nitin Kamath, and this year they made profit of 1100 crores, and this is like just the profit. Revenues are much higher and completely bootstrapped. So these are called the successful companies. Funding is just a way to kind of keep the company going. It is not the glamour thing, or just a way to be in the news or your story or other media channels. However, what is more important is your vision. Are you able to actually provide a solution to the problem that you see? Thank you.
I would just close the conversation with just one point. There should be incentivization, right? Let's say a guy got 10 LPA, 12 LPA offer from campus placements. Now, if you want him to do a startup, you really should incentivize him. Why he should do startup? Yeah. So let's say you should incentivize him. Okay, you give startup a try, and if you are unable to make it work in 1 year, you can again go for campus placements or whatever. We are gonna help you actually grab delayed campus placements, and it's really working in IITs. Like in IITs and triple IITs, this concept has really gone famous, because of course when you got a good package, it's you get hesitated to do a startup, right? So if you have guarantee from IIT or from whichever institute you are that alright, we'll help you get this package again, even after you fail after a year, you'll get it. Just take a chance for 1 year, and if it flies off, it flies off. That's
This is something which is doable.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
We are almost now reaching to the end of this panel discussion, and my discussion will be incomplete if I don't take the input of our two more members are there on the dais. So, Bobby ma'am, I apologize for you because I didn't manage with you. She has done lots and lots of work. She has so many innovative practices she has introduced in the biotech department, and we need, I think, hours time. So I'll not give you time for today. Next time again, I'll invite you for complete interaction. But yes, quickly, I can take one views from Professor Vikas Saxena. What is your opinion about the startup culture in new and shining India? Just a brief views.
Thank you for inviting me to this panel, and congratulations for the news success, Professor Vivaramit. So many things which I wanted to say have already been covered by all you people, and nothing can give me so proud and satisfaction as teacher than sharing the times with our successful students. So I will limit my discussion to only 2 points: mindset and team. Yeah. Team building is important, and you should be surrounded by the person who believes in themselves as well as who believe in you and the idea. Then the mindset. Yeah. So it's very important. Actually, first we should accept this fact. I'm going to make a big statement. In some given context, we are now not the citizen of a developing nation anymore. We are the citizen of a developed nation. And it is our time to rule the world. It's your time to rule the world. If we are not superior than any other races, we are not inferior. So, we are already leading the world in many things like IT, pharma, and many other things. And soon we will be on the top in manufacturing also. So yes, let's give it a try. अक्सर लोग ये सोचते हैं कि नहीं, there is God gifted talent, these are the God paid people, those who take the startups, as rightly said by Professor Mehta, and they knew then the startup may fail, but not the person who are behind it. So I will only give an example which is very close to my heart as an educator. For let's say example of IIT JIIC. हम सोचते हैं कि जो बहुत प्रिविलेज्ड लोग हैं उनको हम बहुत सारा रिसोर्सफुल देंगे, only they can clear the JIIT. So input is important. No, if we take the example of Super 30, those 30 students are not the ones who are best privileged and resourceful, but the process make them as successful as any other student of India. So here the process, the training is entire ecosystem. So India is changing, so many things are changing. Now it has become a buzzword. Now society is supporting, as told by you. So why this is a high time for all of us to shine, and really you should be thankful to the God that you born in this era, all those who are 20s, 30s. So let's give it a try. We will be successful. Your startup will be successful. You will be successful as an entrepreneur. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so with this, we come to an end of the session. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to our director, Professor B.R. Netaji, Professor Kamli Baba ma'am, the Dean for International Affairs and Research Sponsored Projects, and Head of the Department of Biotechnology, Professor Vikas Saxena, Head of the Department of Computer Science and IT, all the faculty members present over here, eminent panelists and students. So it was indeed a great learning session for all of us. We extend our sincere thanks to Institution Innovation Council, Ministry of Education, Government of India for providing this platform, because JIIT is an integral part of ISC. So we are in the initiative of Government of India in celebrating the National Technology Day. I now request the B.R. Netaji to kindly present a token of appreciation to our eminent panelists. So, sir, I request you to please present a token of appreciation to Mr. Sanjay. Request you to kindly honor Mr. Karvinder Kumar. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request Mr. Kamli Baba ma'am to kindly give a token of appreciation to Ms. Arusha Agarwal. Now I request Professor Vikas Saxena to kindly honor Mr. Ashish Bhavani.
Sir,
in the initial banner, one more panelist, he was there, Mr. Harry from Sanjay. But due to some urgent official engagement, he could not join us today. Our students, they were waiting for him. Apologies from his side, but in future, I think Sandeep, we can coordinate another session. He has promised that he will visit soon. So thanks to him also, he gave his consent, but due to some reason he could not make it today.
I'll also try and get one more innovator. अभी मैं मेहता जी से बात कर रही थी तो मुझे ख्याल आया. My cousin's son, from a average middle class family with no one doing business, and suddenly he went to IIT Mumbai, then was working for McKinsey, and then went to Wharton for his MBA, and आधा छोड़ के आ गया था, and started, I don't know how many of you heard this startup of Fab Furnish, and sold it, and then now he is running Cars 24, and he was in the Unicron Economist. So I promised I'll call him for all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. So with this, we come to an end of this session.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Sir, his students are here. They are waiting कि कुछ announcement होना था. So brief, if you can just talk about
tomorrow or this. Yeah, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you will get an email. I promise. Okay. So with about funding for some of the projects, which JIIC education system will provide some funds to some of the selected projects. Yeah, really. I'll send an email to the students and we'll have a meeting with all of them. Thank you very much. I'm sorry.
Thank you all. You can have a group photograph. Everyone can click on.
धन्यवाद आपका बहुत बहुत, आप आए हमारे प्रोग्राम में.
Students, you can suggest us a theme, because right now Vikas Saxena sir and even Mami ma'am is also giving a suggestion.
हाँ तो ठीक है, हम ले रहे हैं. देखो निकलना है निकल जाओ. शाम को आ जाओ. कॉल कर देना मेरे को 5 बजे. हम नहीं रहेंगे. देख लेंगे.
You can give us some idea about the theme for where we can invite good innovators, alumni innovators, and you can discuss with them to get some kind of motivation. Yeah, quickly, please, can we have a group photograph? All of you, please.
आप पहले एक फैकल्टी और उन लोग भी ले लो, फिर एक स्टूडेंट के संग भी ले लो. हाँ.